If you're still growing tomatoes, you're missing out on the ultimate survival crop. Tomatoes might be the darling of backyard gardens, but let's be honest. They're fragile, fussy, and their bounty vanishes almost as quickly as it arrives. One late frost, a sudden blight, or a week of neglect, and your tomato dreams can turn to disappointment overnight. Now, imagine a different reality. What if you could step off the endless treadmill of planting, pampering, and praying for a good harvest? What if there was a plant that didn't just survive, but thrived year after year without constant attention? Picture harvesting food in every season, storing it for 6 months or more, and never worrying about replanting. Most gardeners have never even heard of this forever food, but it's been quietly sustaining families for generations. Today, you'll discover the crop that could change your food security forever. Are you ready to break free from the tomato trap and unlock a secret that most people will never know? Tomatoes are everywhere. Seed catalogs, garden centers, and glossy magazine covers all promise baskets overflowing with juicy red fruit. But behind the hype lies a truth few gardeners admit. Tomatoes are one of the most demanding, unreliable crops you can grow. Their roots are shallow, their leaves are magnets for disease, and their fruit is vulnerable to pests, rot, and the slightest change in weather. You invest months nurturing delicate seedlings, only to watch your harvest window slam shut in a matter of weeks. And when the season ends, you're left with empty vines and empty promises. Mainstream gardening advice rarely mentions these frustrations, focusing instead on the fleeting glory of a perfect tomato. But what if you could escape this cycle? What if there's a crop that shrugs off drought, laughs at pests, and keeps producing long after tomatoes have withered away? The truth is, you don't have to settle for disappointment. There's a better way, a crop that rewrites the rules of food security. Let's pull back the curtain and see what you've been missing. Most gardeners spend their lives chasing the next tomato harvest, never realizing there's a plant that quietly outperforms it in every way. Meet the perennial powerhouse Jerusalem artichoke, also known as sunchoke. Unlike tomatoes, this remarkable tuber doesn't demand constant care or perfect conditions. Plant it once, and it returns year after year, multiplying underground and offering abundant harvests with minimal effort. Its resilience is legendary. Drought, pests, and poor soil barely slow it down. While tomatoes wilt at the first sign of trouble, sunchokes thrive where other crops fail. And here's the secret most people miss. This forever food isn't just a survival staple. It's a nutritional goldmine, packed with fiber, minerals, and energy. Most gardeners have never even tasted it, let alone grown it, but those who do quickly realize they've unlocked a new level of food independence. Imagine a crop that keeps giving, season after season, with no need to replant. That's the power of the perennial. Ready to see how it stacks up against tomatoes? The comparison might just surprise you. Unlike tomatoes, which force you to race against the clock for a fleeting summer harvest, Jerusalem artichokes offer a steady supply of food across multiple seasons. Once established, these hardy perennials send up tall, sunflower-like stalks each year, quietly multiplying beneath the soil. You can dig up tubers in late fall, winter, or even early spring, whenever you need them most. There's no need to rush or worry about missing your window. The harvest waits for you. With staggered digging, you can enjoy fresh, crisp tubers throughout the year, even when other crops are long gone. Their natural resilience means they shrug off frost, drought, and pests, so you're not left empty-handed when conditions turn harsh. Imagine walking out to your garden in the dead of winter and pulling up a meal. No greenhouse or grow lights required. This is the year-round abundance that tomatoes simply can't match. But harvesting is only half the story. What about storing your bounty for the long haul? That's where this crop truly shines. One of the greatest frustrations with tomatoes is their short shelf life. Within days, they spoil, leaving you scrambling to preserve what little you can. Jerusalem artichokes, on the other hand, are built for long-term storage. After harvest, these tubers can be kept in a cool, dark place for up to 6 months without losing their crispness or flavor. No canning, dehydrating, or complicated preservation methods required. Simply brush off the soil, layer them in damp sand or sawdust, and let nature do the rest. Even better, you can leave them right in the ground, harvesting as needed all winter long. This means you always have access to fresh, nutritious food, even when store shelves are empty or your pantry is running low. While tomatoes demand constant attention and rapid processing, Jerusalem artichokes quietly wait, ready to nourish you whenever you need them. This is true food security, simple, reliable, and always within reach. And the best part? This crop doesn't just last for months. It comes back stronger every year. Imagine planting a crop once and reaping the rewards for decades. That's the magic of Jerusalem artichokes. Unlike annuals that force you to start from scratch each season, these perennials return year after year, multiplying underground and expanding their reach. Their deep roots improve soil health, breaking up compacted earth and drawing up nutrients that benefit everything around them. You don't need to buy new seeds, till the soil, or fuss over delicate seedlings. Just harvest what you need, and the rest regrows, stronger and more abundant with each passing year. This is true self-sufficiency, a food source that asks little and gives much, thriving even when neglected. While tomatoes tie you to a cycle of endless work and uncertainty, Jerusalem artichokes offer freedom and resilience. They are the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it crop, quietly building your food security with every season. But if they're so powerful, why aren't they in every garden? The answer reveals a story of neglect, suppression, and forgotten wisdom. Jerusalem artichokes aren't hidden by accident. They're overlooked because they threaten the entire system built on annual crops and constant seed sales. Big AG can't patent a plant that grows forever, can't sell you new tubers every spring, and can't force you to buy their fertilizers when this one thrives in poor soil. During World War II, governments actually encouraged people to grow them for food security. Then, the moment the war ended, the propaganda flipped. Suddenly, they were pig food or invasive weeds, while hybrid tomatoes and chemical-dependent corn took center stage. Entire generations were taught to sneer at a crop their grandparents relied on to survive hard times. Today, most seed companies don't even carry them, and garden experts dismiss them with a wave of the hand. The result? You've been deliberately kept ignorant of one of the most powerful food independence tools on the planet. But the knowledge is coming back, and you're now part of the revival. Ready to claim it for yourself? Here's exactly how to get started, no matter where you live. Getting started with Jerusalem artichokes is refreshingly simple. Begin by sourcing healthy tubers from a trusted supplier or a fellow gardener. No fancy seeds or starter kits required. Choose a sunny spot with well-drained soil, though these plants will tolerate less than ideal conditions. Plant the tubers about 4 inches deep and a foot apart, then let nature take over. Water them during dry spells, but otherwise they're nearly maintenance-free. By late summer, you'll see tall, sunflower-like stalks, and by fall, the real treasure waits underground. To harvest, gently dig around the base and pull up the crisp, knobby tubers. Take what you need and leave the rest to regrow. For storage, brush off excess soil and keep the tubers in a cool, damp medium like sand or sawdust, or simply leave them in the ground for fresh harvests all winter. Even small spaces or containers can yield impressive results. Anyone can do this, no green thumb required. Share your progress, ask questions, and join a growing community reclaiming food independence, one perennial at a time. While Jerusalem artichokes are legal to grow in most places, there are regions where they're considered invasive or restricted due to their vigorous spreading habit. Some local ordinances may discourage planting them near wild areas or waterways, fearing they'll outcompete native plants. It's important to check your local guidelines before planting, especially if you live in a sensitive ecosystem. To grow responsibly, keep your patch contained. Raised beds or containers work well and prevent unwanted spread. Harvest regularly to control their expansion and share extra tubers with friends or neighbors. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the rules and respecting your environment, you can enjoy all the benefits of this forever food without running afoul of the law. Don't let fear or misinformation keep you from securing your food future. With a little care and awareness, you can grow Jerusalem artichokes safely and discreetly, ensuring your family's resilience no matter what comes next. Still unsure? Let's hear from real people who've made this crop a cornerstone of their survival strategy. Across the country, gardeners and preppers are quietly transforming their food security with Jerusalem artichokes. Take Sarah, a single mother in the Midwest, who planted a small patch behind her garage. Within a year, she was harvesting enough tubers to feed her family through the winter, with plenty left to share. Or consider Mike, a retiree who struggled with poor soil and failed tomato crops for years. After switching to Jerusalem artichokes, he found his garden thriving for the first time. No fertilizers, no pesticides, just reliable food. Even urban growers are getting in on the secret, using containers on balconies to produce impressive yields. These stories aren't rare exceptions. They're proof that anyone, anywhere, can break free from the limitations of traditional gardening. Each success builds a stronger, more resilient community, one that doesn't depend on fragile supply chains or supermarket shelves. If they can do it, so can you. Ready to take the next step? Here's how you can join the movement and secure your own food independence. Now is the time to reclaim your food security and join a growing movement of independent gardeners. Plant your first Jerusalem artichoke tuber and experience the freedom of a crop that keeps giving, season after season. Share your journey in the comments. Your questions, your successes, and even your challenges help others learn and grow. Like this video if you're ready to break free from the tomato trap, and subscribe for more forbidden gardening secrets that mainstream experts won't tell you. Invite friends and family to join you. Together, we can build a resilient community that supports and empowers each other. Don't wait for another failed harvest or empty grocery shelf to remind you of what's at stake. The knowledge is here, the tools are simple, and the rewards are lasting. Secure your food future now. Become part of a movement that values self-reliance, shared wisdom, and true abundance. Let's recap what you've just discovered and why it matters more than ever. You've seen the truth. Tomatoes may be popular, but they're fragile, fleeting, and unreliable when it comes to real food security. Jerusalem artichokes, on the other hand, offer a path to abundance that lasts for years, harvest after harvest, season after season. With their resilience, long storage life, and effortless regrowth, they stand as a living answer to the uncertainties of our food system. You now hold the knowledge that most people will never discover, and with it, the power to transform your garden and your future. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Take action, share what you've learned, and inspire others to join you on the journey to true independence. The future of food is in your hands, strong, sustainable, and secure. You're not just growing a crop, you're growing a movement. Embrace the change, trust in your ability, and remember, the best time to plant your forever food is now.